From chart-topping rapper to social media sensation, she was adored by millions, criticized by thousands, and truly understood by no one. Mia Benette, known to millions as Petty Levels, had the world at her feet. But on a quiet afternoon near Tampa International Airport, her life came to a shocking and tragic end. What led to the sudden death of this rising star? Was it the crushing weight of fame, the relentless scrutiny of the public eye, or something far darker? This is the untold story behind Mia Benette's rise, her struggles, and the mystery surrounding her untimely death. But was this tragedy inevitable? Did the pressures of fame, the judgment she faced, or the life she chose play a role in her death? Or is the truth far more uncomfortable than anyone is willing to admit? This isn't just a story about a rising star, it's a reflection on the world that both cheered for her and judged her. What really happened to Mia Benette? Let's begin. Welcome to True Crime Seeker. A special thank you for the support and the engagement, especially my subscribers, as we continue to bring you daily told and untold true crime stories. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more true crime documentaries. Mia Benette, known to her fans as Petty Levels, was born on October 13, 2000, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. From an early age, Mia's life was shaped by a desire to express herself. Growing up in a bustling city rich with culture and diversity, she was exposed to the highs and lows of urban life. Like many young dreamers, Mia found solace in music, using it to channel her emotions and envision a future beyond her surroundings. Her love for music wasn't just a hobby, it was a calling. As a teenager, she began writing her own lyrics, influenced by hip-hop rhythms and the raw authenticity of artists she admired. But it wasn't until her late teens that Mia discovered the power of social media, a tool that would launch her into stardom. It all started on Instagram. At first, she shared glimpses of her daily life, photos with friends, moments of joy, and her budding love for fashion and music. Over time, her posts became more intentional and creative. She shared freestyle rap videos that showcased her talent, pairing clever wordplay with a confidence that resonated deeply with her growing audience. As her followers multiplied, Mia refined her brand. She was unapologetic, bold, and unfiltered, a combination that made her both relatable and aspirational. Her success on social media didn't stop at Instagram. She expanded to other platforms, connecting with fans on a deeper level. In 2018, Mia officially launched her music career. Her debut single, released independently, garnered attention for its raw energy and honest lyrics. Over the next few years, she collaborated with notable artists, including a feature on Fredo Bang's song Freak, alongside rapper Lato. Her music reflected her personality, fearless, vibrant, and full of life. Success wasn't just measured in numbers, it was in the moments that defined her career. She amassed over 1 million followers on Instagram, a testament to her relentless drive. Her ability to juggle music, social media, and modeling made her a multifaceted star. Mia was a symbol of ambition, someone who turned dreams into reality through grit and determination. Yet there was more to Mia than her online persona. While the world knew her as the bold and confident Petty Levels, those closest to her saw a different side. Friends described her as quiet, introspective, and deeply reflective. She often spoke about the pressures of maintaining an image in the spotlight and the challenges of balancing her personal life with her growing fame. This duality defined Mia's public image. On one hand, she was the embodiment of confidence, an artist who could command attention with a single post or a sharp lyric. On the other, she was a young woman navigating the complexities of fame, grappling with the expectations of an audience that rarely paused to consider the person behind the brand. As her star continued to rise, Mia faced the realities of being a public figure. Fame brought opportunities, but it also came with scrutiny. Every post, every move was analyzed, celebrated, or criticized by millions. Yet, through it all, Mia remained true to herself, a quality that made her stand out in an industry where authenticity is often sacrificed for success. Her rise to fame wasn't just about talent, it was about resilience. It was about a young woman from Philadelphia who refused to let circumstances define her. Mia Bennett's story was just beginning, and the world was taking notice. As her star rose, her personal life became a subject of intense public interest. Fame brought opportunities, but it also opened the door to scrutiny. Every relationship, every decision, and every move she made became fodder for discussion, often turning her personal struggles into public spectacle. Mia's relationships were no exception. She was known for being private about her romantic life, but this didn't stop speculation and rumors from circulating. While she rarely addressed these stories directly, insiders close to her revealed that fame had a profound effect on her interpersonal dynamics. Romantic partners often found themselves in the shadow of her growing popularity, struggling with the demands of her public persona. For Mia, trust became a recurring challenge. The same platforms that catapulted her to stardom also became spaces where her personal relationships were dissected and debated. There were whispers of conflicts and betrayals, some of which made headlines, though the full stories often remained shrouded in mystery. For someone as fiercely independent as Mia, these controversies were both a burden and a test of her resilience. They revealed the stark contrast between the vibrant persona she presented to the world and the private battles she faced behind closed doors. The pressures of fame weighed heavily on Mia. While she was celebrated for her boldness and creativity, those close to her often described her as reflective and deeply affected by the demands of her career. The relentless cycle of creating content, maintaining relevance, and facing constant scrutiny began to take a toll. Mia was open about her struggles with mental health, sharing glimpses of her experiences through her music and social media posts. In one particularly candid moment, she reflected on the challenges of staying true to herself while managing the expectations of millions. The entertainment industry, with its unforgiving pace and high stakes, amplified these struggles. Mia often spoke about the difficulty of finding balance between personal fulfillment and the need to keep up appearances, between self-expression and the demands of her audience. Her lyrics often hinted at these internal battles, revealing a layer of vulnerability beneath her confident exterior. For someone who thrived on connection, the isolation that came with fame was especially difficult. While she had a loyal fan base and a strong presence online, Mia sometimes felt disconnected from the people closest to her. These feelings were compounded by the stigma surrounding mental health in the public eye, making it even harder for her to seek help or express her struggles fully. Mia's decision to join OnlyFitNS was another chapter in her story that sparked widespread discussion. For some, it was seen as a bold move, a way to take control of her narrative and redefine what it meant to be a public figure. For others, it was controversial, adding fuel to ongoing debates about the platform and its role in modern entertainment. Mia approached OnlyFitNS as an extension of her brand. She used it not just for financial gain, but as a platform for creative expression and personal connection with her fans. Her content was unapologetically her own, blending the same confidence and authenticity that defined her music and social media presence. However, the backlash was immediate. Critics questioned her decision, and tabloids seized the opportunity to sensationalize her choice. Mia, true to form, faced these critiques head-on. She remained unapologetic, framing her involvement as an act of empowerment. For her, it wasn't just about breaking down stigmas. It was about showing her audience that she was in control of her life and her choices. Through all of this, Mia continued to push boundaries. She navigated the stigma surrounding OnlyFitNS with the same confidence she brought to every aspect of her career. For her fans, she was a symbol of self-empowerment, a reminder that success could be achieved on one's own terms, even in the face of judgment. Mia Bennett's life came to an untimely and tragic end on July 19, 2024, in Tampa, Florida. The news broke in the early hours, leaving fans, family, and friends devastated. At just 23 years old, her sudden passing raised questions that lingered long after that fateful day. To understand the events leading to her death, we must carefully examine the timeline of her final moments, the circumstances surrounding them, and the speculation that followed. On the afternoon of July 19th, 2024, at approximately 1:30 p.m., Tampa police received a distressing report of a deceased individual near Tampa International Airport. When officers arrived at the scene, they discovered the lifeless body of 23-year-old Mia Benette, professionally known as Petty Levels, in a private area adjacent to the airport terminal. In the days leading up to her death, Mia had been seen in good spirits by those close to her. Friends described her as energetic and focused, discussing upcoming projects and future plans. However, some insiders noted that she seemed unusually introspective, perhaps a sign of internal struggles that she kept hidden. On the morning of July 19th, Mia arrived in Tampa. Witness accounts from airport staff and passengers suggested that she appeared calm and collected as she moved through the terminal. There were no indications of distress or anything out of the ordinary. This composed demeanor only added to the shock when news of her death surfaced later that day. The circumstances surrounding Mia's death remained shrouded in mystery. According to verified reports, her body was discovered in a private area near the airport with no immediate signs of foul play. An initial examination by law enforcement noted the absence of physical trauma or evidence of violence, leading investigators to treat the case as non-suspicious pending further analysis. Witness accounts from that day painted a conflicting picture. Some described Mia as unusually quiet and withdrawn in the hours before her death, while others noted that she seemed entirely normal, interacting with staff, checking her phone, and keeping to herself. This disparity fueled speculation, with many questioning whether there were warning signs that went unnoticed. No significant personal items were reported missing, and surveillance footage did not show any altercations or suspicious behavior leading up to her death. These details, while helpful in ruling out certain possibilities, have done little to provide clarity on the true cause of her passing. As news of Mia's death spread, so too did a wave of speculation. Social media was flooded with theories, many of which were sensationalized or outright false. One widely circulated rumor suggested that she was the victim of foul play, possibly linked to her controversial presence on Only F at NS. Another claimed that her death was the result of a tragic accident. Both narratives gained traction online, but neither has been supported by evidence. Initial reports from unofficial sources incorrectly suggested that Mia had been involved in a shooting at Clark Park in Philadelphia. This misinformation was quickly debunked by credible outlets, confirming that her death occurred in Tampa. Despite the correction, these false reports added to the confusion and heightened the public's demand for answers. One persistent rumor involves her health. Some speculated that Mia's mental health struggles or the pressures of fame may have played a role in her untimely passing. While this theory has not been confirmed, it has sparked important conversations about the emotional toll of living in the spotlight and the need for better support systems for public figures. Through all of this, Mia's family has remained steadfast in their request for privacy. They have urged the public to refrain from speculating and to instead focus on celebrating her life and legacy. The official cause of death remains under investigation, with results from autopsy and toxicology reports yet to be released. The events leading to Mia Bennett's death are a tragic reminder of how quickly life can change, even for those who seem to have it all. While her passing has left a void in the lives of those who knew and loved her, it has also raised important questions about the pressures of fame, the fragility of mental health, and the dangers of misinformation. At this time, no suspects have been identified or arrested in connection with Mia's death. The investigation has remained focused on understanding the circumstances rather than pursuing criminal charges. Law enforcement continues to treat the case as non-suspicious, unless evidence emerges to suggest otherwise. Mia Bennett's sudden passing left her family devastated, struggling to come to terms with the loss of a young woman they described as full of life, ambition, and kindness. In a statement released shortly after her death, the family expressed their profound grief, saying, "Mia was more than just a daughter and sister. She was a light in our lives, a force of creativity, and an inspiration to everyone who knew her. The pain of losing her so suddenly is beyond words, and we ask for privacy as we process this unimaginable loss." Her family painted a picture of Mia that went beyond the public eye. While the world knew her as a bold and fearless artist, at home she was described as introspective, thoughtful, and deeply connected to her roots. Her family spoke of her unwavering dedication to her craft and her dream of leaving a lasting impact on the world. Their grief was compounded by the questions surrounding her death, with her loved ones urging the public to focus on celebrating Mia's life rather than speculating about her passing. The loss of Mia Benette sent shockwaves through her fan base, a community that had grown with her over the years. Tributes poured in from across the globe, with fans sharing stories of how her music and unapologetic personality had inspired them. Many spoke about how her lyrics resonated with their own struggles, offering them strength and hope during difficult times. Social media platforms became a digital memorial, with hashtags like #Rest in Peace Mia and #Petty Levels Forever trending for days. Fans posted clips of her freestyle videos, snippets of her music, and screenshots of her social media posts, celebrating the authenticity and confidence she embodied. In cities like Philadelphia, where Mia grew up, murals and makeshift memorials appeared, adorned with candles, flowers, and handwritten notes from those who felt a deep connection to her work. Fans described her as more than an entertainer. She was a symbol of resilience, a voice for those who felt unseen, and a reminder to embrace one's true self without fear. Fellow artists also joined in honoring Mia's memory. Collaborators shared behind-the-scenes stories of her dedication and creativity, while others reflected on the impact she had on the industry in such a short time. One prominent artist remarked, "Mia was a force, an artist who wasn't afraid to push boundaries and speak her truth. She made people feel seen and heard, and that's a legacy few can claim." The media played a significant role in shaping the narrative surrounding Mia's death. While many outlets focused on honoring her achievements and celebrating her life, others fell into the trap of sensationalism, speculating about the circumstances of her passing without concrete evidence. This approach drew criticism from fans and commentators who called for greater sensitivity and respect in covering such a tragic event. Ethical concerns were raised about the way some outlets prioritized clickbait headlines over factual reporting. False claims, like the initial report of her involvement in a shooting in Philadelphia, only added to the confusion and overshadowed her legacy. These inaccuracies highlighted the dangers of rushing to publish unverified information, particularly in cases involving public figures. However, there were also examples of thoughtful and respectful journalism. Some media outlets used their platforms to highlight Mia's contributions to music and social media, delving into her journey and the challenges she faced as a young artist navigating fame. These stories served as a reminder of her humanity, offering a more nuanced view of her life and legacy. Mia Bennette's death was not just a personal loss for her family and friends. It was a profound moment of collective grief for her fans and the communities she touched. The emotional and psychological impact of her passing continues to ripple through the world, a testament to the powerful connection she built with so many. As her family mourns privately and her fans honor her publicly, the world is left reflecting on the fragility of life and the enduring impact one person can have. In her music, her social media presence, and the lives she inspired, Mia Bennette's legacy lives on, a reminder of the importance of authenticity, resilience, and the connections that bind us all. Fame is often seen as the ultimate reward, a symbol of success and validation. But for many who achieve it, including Mia Benette, it can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, fame brought her a platform to share her voice, connect with millions, and live out her dreams. On the other, it amplified the pressures, criticisms, and vulnerabilities she carried in private. As a rising star, Mia was exposed to the unrelenting gaze of the public. Every decision she made, whether it was her transition into OnlyFans, her music, or even her personal relationships, became a topic of scrutiny. For someone in their early 20s, the weight of these expectations was immense. The need to maintain relevance, navigate public opinion, and manage the complexities of her personal life created a high-stakes environment that few could withstand unscathed. Mia's struggles echo those of other young celebrities who have faced similar challenges. Artists like Amy Winehouse, Britney Spears, and others have spoken about the isolating nature of fame. The relentless demand to perform, both publicly and privately, often leaves little room for rest or introspection. Fame may offer recognition, but it often strips away the safety and privacy necessary to process life's challenges. For Mia, the very platforms that elevated her career also became sources of vulnerability. Social media amplified not just her voice, but the voices of those who judged, critiqued, or misunderstood her. The pressures of maintaining a flawless public persona while dealing with the private realities of mental health and personal struggles created a delicate and unsustainable balance. Mia's untimely death raises difficult questions. Could anyone have seen the signs? Could anyone have stepped in to prevent this tragedy? These questions have no easy answers, but they point to a broader conversation about responsibility and the complexities of her life. Some argue that the entertainment industry creates an environment where young talents are set up to struggle. The emphasis on productivity, public appearances, and constant engagement leaves little room for rest or recovery. In Mia's case, it's worth considering whether the systems in place around her could have done more to support her. Were there warning signs that were missed? Did the industry, or those close to her, overlook opportunities to help? At the same time, Mia was a fiercely independent individual who made her own decisions. She built her brand on authenticity and taking control of her narrative, even in the face of judgment. Her decision to join OnlyFans, for example, was met with both criticism and praise, but it was ultimately her choice, one she framed as empowering. This speaks to the moral ambiguity of her story. While she faced challenges, she also demonstrated remarkable agency in how she navigated her life. Mia's story highlights the fine line between personal accountability and systemic responsibility. She lived boldly and unapologetically, but the public's judgment often failed to consider the nuanced realities she faced. Her life choices, whether celebrated or criticized, were deeply complex, shaped by a mix of ambition, resilience, and the pressures of fame. Mia Bennett's life and death force us to confront uncomfortable truths about fame and vulnerability. While her story is uniquely her own, it reflects broader themes that resonate with anyone navigating public expectations and personal challenges. The cost of fame, the weight of public judgment, and the responsibility of those around her are all parts of a larger, ongoing conversation about how we support the people we admire and celebrate. Mia's journey reminds us that behind every public figure is a human being with struggles, triumphs, and complexities. Her legacy is not just a cautionary tale, it's a call to compassion, understanding, and the recognition that fame does not exempt anyone from the vulnerabilities of being human. Mia Bennett's story is more than a tragedy. It's a wake-up call. Her life, filled with ambition and creativity, was also marked by the immense pressures of fame and the silent struggles that so often accompany it. Her passing reminds us of the critical importance of mental health awareness, not just for public figures, but for everyone. Fame, while often celebrated, can amplify personal challenges in ways that are difficult to imagine. Mia's story teaches us the value of compassion, understanding, and the need to check on those we care about, even when they appear to have everything under control. It highlights the necessity of strong support systems, friends, family, and professionals who can provide guidance, comfort, and help in times of need. For her fans, her life serves as a reminder to appreciate the person behind the talent. Mia gave her audience so much: her music, her authenticity, her heart. In return, we're called to reflect on how we treat the individuals we admire, remembering that they too are human, with vulnerabilities that deserve care and respect. Despite the investigations and public discussions, many questions surrounding Mia's death remain unanswered. What exactly happened in her final hours? Were there signs we missed? Warnings we overlooked? Could something have been done to prevent this tragedy? These unresolved aspects linger, leaving us with a profound sense of loss and curiosity. While the official cause of her death may eventually come to light, there are emotional and societal questions that may never have definitive answers. What does it mean to live under the pressures of constant visibility? And how can we ensure that no one feels isolated in their struggles, no matter how public or private their life may seem? Mia Benette was more than a name or a persona. She was an artist, a creator, and a trailblazer who left an indelible mark on the lives of millions. Her music inspired, her story resonated, and her unapologetic authenticity made her unforgettable. While her life was cut tragically short, her legacy lives on through the impact she had on her fans, her community, and the industry she so passionately contributed to. Mia's story is a testament to resilience, creativity, and the enduring power of being true to oneself. As we reflect on her life, let us honor her by supporting those around us, speaking openly about mental health, and fostering a culture of kindness and understanding. Mia's story is not just hers, it's a shared reminder that everyone deserves support, love, and a chance to thrive. If you or someone you know is struggling, reach out. You're not alone, and there are people who care, ready to help. Thank you for joining us in remembering Mia Benette. Her life may have ended too soon, but her impact will never be forgotten. Celebrate her legacy, embrace her message, and let her story inspire us all to do better for each other.